kick off for the Panthers. DeVore sends a high kick. The wind's going to hold it up. It's going to be fielded right at the 15-yard line by number 43, Lester McCoy. And he brings it out to about the 24-yard line before he's brought down. So the Buffaloes will put it in play there, 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line. Worley will be at one running back.
20, 30, 25.
Number 30, Calhoun's the other running back. Buffalo's in a T formation, which the Panthers haven't seen all year. Hand off to number 20, Pons. He's going to be brought down for about a 4-yard loss. 35, Tyson Malik on the stop. So good defense by the right side of the Panther line. Make it 2nd and about 18 for the Buffaloes. Full house backfield, 2 tight ends. Straight handoff. I believe there was a fumble. Panthers recovered is the indication. We'll try to pick up who recovered the fumble. My spotter doesn't know. He's from Derby. Gurley will be at quarterback for the Panthers. Number 9, number 34, Shelby Werman at fullback. 35, Tyson Malik will be at the tailback. Tyler Malik, his twin, comes to the near side. Worley goes to the far side, I formation for the Panthers. Galbraith comes out on the quarterback option, and might have been a mix-up on the play. He's going to lose about 3 yards on the carry.
What was that guy's name who made that tackle, Ron?
McKenzie. Panthers slot to the near side with Gurley wide, Severin in the slot. Handoff to Malik on the tailback. He cuts across inside, down inside the 5 to about the 3 where he's going to be brought down. So nice blocking on the misdirection play. Should be close to a first down, maybe a yard short from about the 4. Tyler Malik comes to the near side. 2 tight ends in for the Panthers. Pitch back to Malik. Good penetration by number 88. Phil McPherson. 4 yards. Panthers have had several 4th and long situations, 4th and goal, and they managed to score. Chris DeVore comes in. Panthers are going to try a field goal. Galbraith will spot it at about the 14-yard line. Kick is up, and it's good. Couldn't get an indication from the 2 officials under the goalpost, but the back judge, head official, indicated the kick was good. So quick turnover by the Panthers. 8:30 to go in the ball game, and the Panthers move on top 3-0. Anything you want to say?
No.
You jump in. DeVore is set to kick off. Chris's kick is high, and it's going to be deep, fielded inside the 5 at about the 2. Puts back inside, another fumble.
Derby ball.
I believe Derby has it again, and they have. So Buffalo's having trouble holding on to the ball tonight. Tyler Malik, number 21, downfield as usual, and a good solid hit, and then recovered the fumble. Just outside, put it at the 17-yard line of the Buffaloes. Worley goes to the far side. Severin goes in the slot. Hand off to Malik. Big hole on the right side. Breaks one tackle down close to the 5-yard line. Just a huge hole on the right side of that offensive line, and Tyson took good advantage of it. Gets down to about the 5-yard line. They'll spot it just short. So that'll be a first and goal from, we'll say, the 6. Good comment. Panthers send Gurley to the near side. 2 tight ends in. Hand off to Malik straight ahead. Cuts inside in for the touchdown. Tyson went in standing up and then was hitting the end zone, but good blocking on the inside of that Panther line. 2 possessions without receiving a kick yet on 2 fumbles by the Buffaloes. Panthers jump out in front 9-0. DeVore will attempt the extra point. Gurley will spot it at the 10. Kick is up, and it's good. Panthers out in front, 10-0. Last 6 minutes. Chris again sends a high kick. Going to be fielded at the 12-yard line. Brought right back up the middle by number 43, McCoy. He gets out across the 25 to about the 27 before he's brought down by a gob of Panthers. 7-yard line, we'll call it 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, full house backfield, 2 tight ends in. Handoff straight ahead. Loss, we'll give him about a yard on the play, bring up 2nd down, 9. Again, full house backfield for the whatever they are, Buffaloes.
Okay.
Salmon drops back, throws deep, has a man open. Actually had his man beat, number 88. Phil McPherson was downfield, had his man beat, but had to stop and wait for the pass, and I think it was still catchable, but might have been tipped at the last minute. A tough season. They were picked to finish a lot higher in the City League this year and come into this game with a 3-5 record, so they've just had some disappointments through the year. Handoff straight ahead. Pickup of about 2 on the play. Bring up 4th down and 7. So the Buffaloes will have to kick it away on about his own 35-yard line. Mitch Gorley is the punter. Gets a nice kickoff. Malik's going to field it at his own 35. Fumbles the ball, falls down on it. Tyson had a lot of running room. I think he just took his eyes off the ball for a second. Wanted to take advantage of that, but ball popped free. Panthers retain possession, and they'll put it in play at their own 38-yard line. Severin to the far side, Gurley to the near side for the Panthers. Galbraith hands off to Malik, hit in the backfield, slips 1 tackle, is going to be, fights back to the line of scrimmage, maybe gets a yard on the play. Again, good penetration by that Buffalo front line. Panthers again in the spread. Galbraith drops straight back, looks out, it's got a man open. I pick up who the receiver is. He was wide open. I think it was the tight end, Josh Riedel, number 87. He's a 210-pound senior, and Josh just come out of the tight end spot out in the flat and was wide open. Ball's going to be at the 46-yard line of the Buffaloes. Panthers put a slot to the far side. Galbraith keeps on the option, cuts back inside, gets down inside the 40-yard line to about the 38, where he's going to be brought down just short of the 1st down. Worley comes wide to the near side. Hand off to Werman on the trap, and Shelby. Big field, he's downfield, cuts back. Big hole on the fullback trap, cut back inside. Shelby Werman down inside the 10-yard line before he's driven out of bounds at about the, well, I guess they're going to call it at the 12. who has averaged about 10 yards per carry this year out of the fullback position. He has just short of 420 yards on 44 carries. Panthers with 2 tight ends in. A little early movement on the line. Probably be a procedure penalty against the Panthers. Panthers had quite a few penalties last week against South and Derby, almost 100 yards, and that's something, Frank, you don't want to see that late in the season, certainly going into the playoffs. 15, ball at the 17-yard line of Southeast. We have an official timeout on the field. Panthers passing games had a little trouble getting on track the last 2 games. What started out to be a rather strong asset for the Panthers has just had a little difficulty the last 2 games, but I'm sure it's something they've worked on, and it'll remain to be an asset to them as they go into the playoffs. 2 wideouts for the Panthers. They stay in the eye. Hand off to Werman on the trap. He's still on his feet and having a hard time bringing him down. He probably is going to only pick up a couple of yards on the play, but sometimes that's, Frank, that's advisable for the back to go down rather than fight it. They just usually end up getting their legs taken out and could get an injury. Ball at 2nd and 14. Galbraith keeps on the option, pitches back to Malik, wide open field on the right side, cuts to the outside, still on his feet inside the 10, going to be ridden out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. So Derby running that option to the right, and Barry pitching at the last minute. The timing was good pitch, and Tyson takes it down inside the 10, close to the 5-yard line. Panthers with 2 tight ends in. Handoff to Malik on the left side, cuts inside, goes into the end zone, standing up, bowled over one of the Buffalo defenders, who shaken up a little bit on the play. It seems to be all right, but just a good power run by Tyson Malik and an excellent hole on the left side of that Panther offensive line. .3:11 to go in the first half, and the Panthers are on the scoreboard for the 3rd time. DeVore will attempt the extra point. The spot's down, kick is up, and it's good. So Panthers jump out in front 17-0 against the Southeast Buffaloes. It's Mazio. Panthers set to kick off. DeVore hits it. It's a low, squibbly kick. Going to be taken at the 30-yard line, where number 14, Jeff Greer for the Buffaloes, returns it about 5 yards out to the 35-yard line, where they'll put it in play 1st and 10 at that point. Now, as they fumbled the last kickoff, so see if the Buffaloes can put something together here. Now they break that full house backfield, go trips to the left side, pitch back to number 20, who breaks a couple of tackles. Pons is listed as a freshman, and I don't believe, we have no statistics on him, weight or anything, but he is listed as a freshman in the play. We'll call it 2nd and 7. Ball at about the 38-yard line of the Buffaloes. Trips to the far side. Selman drops back, throws out in the flats, complete to number 43, McCoy. And he'll get across the 50 for a I shouldn't say 50, across the 45 for a Buffalo first down. So that's the first down for the Buffaloes tonight. Coming into tonight's game, he has 753 yards passing. So he's, I believe it's either he or Strobel that leads the city league in passing. And trips to the near side, so another passing formation. Handoff straight ahead to 20 Pons, and he's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. We'll give him a yard on the carry, and he's brought down. Second and 9 for the Buffaloes. They send 3 receivers to the near side. Pons again is the lone setback. Flags on the play. Procedure penalty against the Buffaloes, so that'll back it up 5, make it second down 14. West Pioneers went down in defeat to South High Titans, which was rather surprising. West having a very solid team this year, and quite a few fumbles and penalties for West in that ball game. Selman drops straight back, looks downfield, got a receiver over the middle, wide open, number 43, and that's McCoy again, who breaks a tackle after the catch. Interesting to note that there was only 2 receivers out on the play, McCoy being one of them, and he was wide open. Buffaloes again in a passing formation. Selman drops back, looks downfield. He's got 3 receivers out. Throws, I believe it's going to be intercepted. Yes, try to catch who got it for you. Tyler Malik on the interception. He was on his knees when he caught it, so there's no return. But Panthers another turnover. So that's 3 turnovers tonight for the Panthers, and so far they've converted them all into points, and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Panthers send Severin to the far side, Gorley to the near side. They break the eye. Galbraith drops back, looks out, throws downfield. I don't think Severin knew the ball was coming. Overthrew him, but I don't believe he knew he threw to him, Frank.
Well, they've had single coverage on him a number of times, and if he breaks loose, they're going to get one, but I think they'll probably wait till they got the win.
Incomplete. So second down 10, Panthers. Panthers send Malik and Gorley to the far side. Hand off to Tyson Malik, and he's around the right side. Big hole to the outside. He's in the open. He's downfield, across the 50-yard line into Buffalo territory. Going to be run out of bounds just across the 50. They're going to mark it at a 49-yard line. So 26-yard pickup for Tyson on that carry. And again, the Panthers seem to be able to run the ball at will tonight. Galbraith drops back, throws downfield. He's got Severin open out in the right flat, and in and out of Aaron's hands. He had it at the 30-yard line and just couldn't hold on to it. Ball at the 49-yard line of Southeast. Gorley to the far side, Tyler Malik to the near side. Berry drops straight back, pressure. He breaks out of the pocket. He's going to be brought down. Now there's going to be a flag for grounding the ball. That Berry, I know, not wanting to take the loss, but just unfortunately nobody in the area where he threw it, and they're going to have an intentional grounding, which I believe is loss of down. He'll mark off another 5 yards, which will move it back to the 36-yard line of the Panthers, where they'll have it third and about 25. 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. Panthers in a slot to the near side. Galbraith drops back, throws out in the flat, intended for Gurley, coming back in across the middle from his wide out position, and Berry just overthrew him a little bit. Southeast sends 3 people back as deep receivers, so they do something different other than just return the ball by 1 man. Werman do the punting, and he gets off just a low end-over-end kick, which is going to be returned. Number 8, there's going to be a clip on the play.
Yeah.
Number 8, Will Sullivan, returns the ball. Nice return by Sullivan, but I think there's going to be a clip around the 45-yard line of Southeast. Southeast will have it 1st and 10. It depends upon where the clip was at, and they'll mark off 15 from there. Yard line, 1st and 10. Trips to the far side to Pons, actually breaks a tackle, fights to the outside, but strong pursuit by the left side of that Panther line. Josh Riedel leading the charge. Malik's in on the tackle. I thought they had 0 time.
There was. Concerned about it. I thought I didn't know what the hell was going on.
I might be wrong too, and then on the field.
You are wrong. I know you are.
About ready to start the second quarter finally, after we've ran 1 play into the second quarter, which was really the first quarter, which we didn't know that. We assumed the reason was you can't end the quarter on a penalty. Southeast have trips to the near side. Selman drops back. He's looking out in the right play. He's got a man open out here, complete to number 8, Sullivan. He's still on his feet. Going to get close to the first down before he's driven out of bounds. Going to mark it at about the 35-yard line, just across the 35-yard line. So it'll be just short of the first down.
Holding.
There is a flag on the field, and it's probably going to be against the Buffaloes. It's in their backfield. I'm sure it's going to be a holding penalty.
They just called it.
It's holding, Rob.
Good look, Frank. Harmon seem to go backwards with penalties. That'll back them up to inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it 17. Buffalo send 3 receivers to the near side. McPhail, the tight end, to the far side. Lone setback is Pons. Solomon keeps it, rolls left, looks downfield. He's being pressured. Throws the ball up, intercepted by Tyson Malik, and no, Corey Gurley intercepts that one. Gets down inside the 25. Corey just stepped in front of the receiver and picked that one off. I think he read that all the way. Man open for a second, but Corey just stepped in front of him and took it down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Panthers will have it 1st and 10 at that point. Panthers send Gurley to the far side. Handoffs to Werman straight ahead. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, still on his feet. Gets down to the 20-yard line. So Shelby was hit as soon as he got the handoff, but managed to fight ahead for about 3 yards. Severin to the far side, Gurley to the near side. Handoff to Malik straight ahead, still on his feet down inside the 5, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. Just an excellent running job by Tyson Malik. Barry Galbraith slipped coming out of the snap. Looked like somebody stepped on his foot, and he's limping a little bit. Now there's a penalty down after the play, so it's probably going to be against, I'm going to guess, the Panthers for something. I'm going to call unsportsmanlike conduct against the Panthers, which we certainly don't need that at any time in the ball game, but it's after the play, so it'll probably, touchdown should stand. Touchdown is good. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Panthers.
I think they called it on.
No, I'm not sure who they called it on.
Yeah.
They indicated originally against the Panthers, Frank?
Yeah, I think they called it on Southeast. They were talking to the Derby players. They'll probably take it on the kickoff.
We'll have to wait and see. 23-yard carry by Tyson Malik. Barry Galbraith got his foot stepped on when he was coming out. Still got the handoff, and big hole again on the right side. Barry spots it. DeVore's kick is up, and it's good. So 10:24 to go in the third quarter. Second quarter, Panthers on top, 24-0. The official was looking back.
And then he changed his mind.
It was against Southeast unsportsmanlike conduct, so their conduct. Panthers will kick off from their own 40-yard line. That's where they normally kick off. Set to kick off. Chris is having some trouble with his kicks again. We had that problem. Ball's going to go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. There'll be a penalty to come out to the 35, I believe. Chris had a little trouble down in Arch City a few weeks ago with his kicks. It was a rainy night, but he seemed to adjust. Has been kicking very well up until the last couple of kicks, and I'm sure he'll get that adjusted. And they do. Southeast sends 3 receivers to the near side. Number 79, Hyman Reed is in the ball game. He's a 6'4", 350-pound tackle. Handoff straight ahead. No gain, hit right at the line of scrimmage. Might give him a yard on the carry, Frank.
That's Mr. Reed to you, Ron.
I believe it'd be Mr. to anybody out there. Trips to the near side for the Buffaloes. Pons again, the lone setback.
They're going to put some pressure on the quarterback here.
Selman rolls right, looks down in the flat, complete to McPherson, number 88, who breaks a couple of tackles. He's still on his feet, and he just might score. I believe he will, Terry. Again, Panther pass defense.
Well, the Panthers sent everybody, and they got caught snapping on that one. They had all linebackers rushing.
The field, one setback. Salmon just rolls to the far side, hit the tight end. McPherson, and out in the flat, he broke a tackle, cut back to the middle, and he was gone. He showed a little bit of speed, as a matter of fact. He's not a slow receiver for a tight end.
Go for 2 here.
Buffaloes line up to go for 2. They send trips to the far side. Solomon drops back, throws out in the flat, and the pass is complete. Nice pass by J.J. Solomon, the quarterback, complete out in the right flat to 43, Lester McCoy. So 9:32 to go in the half. And Buffalo's get on the scoreboard. Buffalo's set to kick off after that 65-yard touchdown pass. Number 21, Younger, will do the kicking. Malik's back deep to receive. They're going to let it bounce. Tyson has trouble picking it up, and he's hit as soon as he picks it up. He let it bounce to him, and he's going to be hit right where he picks it up. So Derby will start deep in their own territory. They're going to spot it at about the 14-yard line. Burley goes to the far side, Severin in the slot. Tyson Malik, the ball carrier. Big hole on the left side, gets out across the 25-yard line to about the 27. About 13 on the carry, first down Panthers. And I'd just run away from Mr. Reed. Nate Phillips in at the slot back now. Handoff to Werman, fullback, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet, but after the first couple of carries where that trap opened up pretty well, it's not, Buffaloes are penetrating hard and reading that play right now, so it will give Shelby about 2 yards on the carry.
Look for Derby to start opening up their passing game with the wind here.
Well, I think that's probably too, Frank. They need to reestablish that, and as they go into the playoffs. Hand off to Malik straight ahead. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Might get out to the 30. They ran right at Mr. Reed that time, and Mr. Reed just didn't move.
They've had single coverage on all their wideouts. We'll see what they do here.
Burley goes to the far side, Phillips to the near side. Tyson Malik in the slot with Werman the lone setback. Berry drops straight back. He looks downfield, throws deep. He's got Burley, throws it out of bounds, and
flag.
Now there's going to be a flag for a late hit out of bounds. I'm not sure why Southeast player did that, but I mean the pass was incomplete. It was thrown clear out of bounds, and it really didn't hit him that hard, but nevertheless the flag went up, and that's just a...
There's no reason for that.
Costly.
The guy's out of bounds, the ball's over his head, and the guy hits him.
The 45, about the 46-yard line of the Panthers, where they'll have it 1st and 10, and they would have had 4th and 7 and would have had to kick it away.
That would have been a big stop for Southeast after scoring that touchdown.
Pitch back to Malik on the right side, breaks inside, breaks at one tackle, still on his feet down inside the 35-yard line. He's going to go out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So a nice run by Tyson Malik. And some big holes being opened by the Panthers. That particular carry, Tyson got most of the yardage on his own, breaking a couple tackles at the line of scrimmage and then downfield also before he was run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Slot left for the Panthers. Galbraith on the option. Going to be run down from behind. Berry just couldn't pitch it. The pitch man was covered, so he kept it wisely, but just couldn't get away. We'll say no gain. Actually lost about a half a yard on the play. 2nd and we'll call it 11. Off to Malik to the right side. Again, big hole on the right side. Gets across the 30 down to about the 27 where they're going to spot it. Again, another big hole on the right side of that Panther line. Panthers send Severin to the far side. They bring Gurley to the near side. Galbraith hands off to Malik straight ahead. Huge hole on the left side of the line. Tyson gets down inside the 10-yard line where he's going to be brought down at about the 5. Nose of the ball will be touching the 5-yard line, but just a huge hole on the left side of that Panther line this time, and Tyson will have it first and goal just short of the 5-yard line. Panthers go with 2 tight ends this time. They send Gurley to the far side. Hand off to Werman straight ahead. Again, he's hit right at the line of scrimmage, and the play is just not developing right now. Panthers stay again with 2 tight ends. Send Tyler Malik to the near side. Hand off to Malik inside, breaks down in close to the goal line before he's tripped up. Should be at the 1 or inside the 1. Oh, they're going to spot it. Oh, they're going to spot it right at the 1-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and goal at the 1. Gurley goes to the far side. Again, the Panthers stay with 2 tight ends. Now there's an official timeout on the field. Mr. Reed is lined up to the right side on the Panthers offensive line, and that's where the Panthers go right at him, and Tyson goes in standing up. So 3:57 to go in the first half. Panthers on top 30-8. Games. We haven't seen them put the ball in the air much, and I'm kind of surprised. I thought they would this second quarter with the wind at their back.
I thought they would too, but when you've got someone running like Tyson's running, there's really no reason to put the ball in the air.
Galbraith spots it at the 10. Navor's kick is up, and it's good. So Panthers on top 31-8. That Derby will be at home next week in the first round of the state playoffs, the regional game. DeVore's kick, again, Chris is having trouble with that kick. Goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line again, and it'll, I'm sure, come out to the 35-yard line where the Buffaloes will put it in play 1st and 10. We have Tyson Malik with 160 yards rushing in the first half, 4 touchdowns on 14 carries. So excellent output by the tailback, which puts him over 1,000 for the season now, and also some excellent blocking by that Panther line. Selman hands off straight ahead. A big hole. I believe is number 30, the ball carrier? 20. Pond still in at the setback position, and he goes straight ahead that time, 55-yard line of Southeast. Mr. Reed is now in at the left tackle slot offensively. Frank, you might keep an eye on him, see how he does blocking. Southeast goes with trips to the far side. Pons again the lone setback. He runs the ball very well for a freshman. I wish we could give you some statistics on him as far as his size, but the program doesn't list any. Buffaloes at their own 45-yard line. Trips to the far side. Pond's the lone setback. Salmon rolls. He's being pressured. He's going to throw out in the flat. It's incomplete. And Mr. Reed did take a bounce pass, but unfortunately it doesn't count.
Well,
second and 10 from the Buffalo 45-yard line. Again, they send three wide receivers to the far side. Pons again stays as the lone setback. J.J. Salmon, the quarterback, he drops back, options right, left, pitches back to the freshman Pons, and he breaks a long run down the sideline, cuts back inside, gets down inside or close to the Derby 20-yard line. So Panthers have a little trouble defensing Mr. Pons right now. We'll call it first and 10 at the Panther 21-yard line. 3:25 to go in the half. Handoff straight ahead to Pons again, breaks outside, but he's going to be brought down by Tyler Malik just across the line of scrimmage. He stays in the ball game, and they send three wideouts to the right again. Salmon drops back, throws out in the flat to the right, throws inside, pass intended for number 43, McCoy, who was open, but he threw inside of him and he couldn't get to the ball, so incomplete, bring up third down. Calhoun stays in at the setback. Three wide receivers to the far side. Handoff straight ahead to Calhoun, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. May get a yard on the play. I'm sure the Buffaloes will go for it on 4th and 8, and they do. They line up again, trips to the far side. Calhoun's the lone setback. Salmon still the quarterback. Takes one step, now drops deep, throws, he's got a man wide open, going to catch it, touchdown. And again, Buffalo send two receivers out, had three people covering, trying to catch you. Three people over there covering number 43 McCoy, but he went up, brought it down, and the ball hung up in the air a long time, Frank.
Well, he had a couple of guys guarding him close. He made a move. They both bid on it, and he threw the ball over their head, and the free safety couldn't get over there in time.
Salmon runs the option to the near side for the extra point, going for two, and he's got nobody to pitch to and nowhere to run, so attempt is no good. But more importantly, Southeast gets back on the scoreboard in the first half. Well, two minutes to go in the half. Panthers out in front, 31-14. Southeast again with a good scoring drive and passing the ball. Kickoff goes down. Malik's going to take it at his own 15. Spins away from one tackle, gets out across the 30 to about the 34, 35-yard line before he's stopped, and they'll have it first and 10 at that point. Be interesting to see if Derby puts the ball in the air with 2 minutes to go in the half and the wind at their backs. Derby sends Severin to the far side, Gorley to the near side. Werman and Malik stay at the setbacks. Galbraith drops straight back, looks out.
Stumbled.
Corey just stumbled going downfield, got caught up and feet got tangled up. He's well overthrown, so incomplete, second and 10. Phillips comes to the near side. Gurley goes to the far side. Tyson Malley goes in the slot to the left. Galbraith on the quarterback draw gets across the 45, and he's hit hard at about the 47, 48 yard line. Number 11, Mitch Gorley, who's a wide receiver and also plays safety. 3-yard line correction. Call it third down and a long 2. Hand off to Malik, straight ahead. He's across the 45, out to about the 48-yard line, where he'll have enough for the first down. Pickup of about 5 on the carry. A minute to go in the first half. Panthers break the eye. 2 wideouts. Galbraith drops back. There's going to be a motion penalty. Should be a penalty downfield on the reception too. Corey Gurley, pass hung up, and Corey had to stop and wait for it, but Buffalo defender brought him down before it was there. Nice tackle. So I believe we'll have offsetting penalties. Call procedure against the Panthers and pass interference against the Buffaloes. Actually, not sure what they'll do. They are offsetting penalties, and we'll play the down over. Panthers send Gorley to the near side, Severin to the far side. Tyson Malley comes in the slot to the near side. Buffalo's got 8 men up on the line, trying to get good blocking by the Panthers. Barry's rushed out of the pocket. He's got a big field. He's downfield now. Gets inside the 50, down to inside the 30. Going to be run out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. So Barry run out of the pocket. It's good protection, but with that many men trying to block him out, with that many wide receivers out, it's hard to hold him out. Barry read it well, broke to the left side, down the sideline, and gets run out of bounds at about the 29-yard line, back in scoring position. Getting out of bounds stopped the clock for the Panthers, so again, the Buffaloes put 8 men up on the line. Barry drops back, throws deep. He's got Gorley wide open, and the defender fell down. And it's unfortunate, so we won't know whether he was covered or not, but Corey Gurley was wide open at the 5. Just had to sit there and wait for the pass and take it in for 6 points. 43, McCoy, the defender, was with him and then fell down at about the 15-yard line. Galbraith will spot it at the 10. DeVore will attempt the extra point. Snap is back, kick is up, and it's good. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Panthers on top, 38-14. DeVore set to kick off. Jeez. Now he squibs one. He'll be down at the 35-yard line. I think that was on purpose.
I don't. I think he's getting tired, Ron. He's had to kick the ball a lot tonight.
It might be, Frank. He hasn't kicked that many in the first half this year, I don't believe. Southeast will take a timeout with 23 seconds to go in the half, trailing 38-14. Buffaloes have taken a timeout with 23 seconds to go in the half. They send trips to the far side. Interesting to see if they come back to the weak side. They go straight ahead to the handoff to Pons at the tailback, and he's hitting the backfield. So Panthers were looking for him to carry the ball, and good penetration that time. He's going to be stopped in the backfield short of the line of scrimmage. He'll lose about a half a yard on the play. He'll bring up second down. We'll call it 11. Buffalo's again called timeout with 12 seconds to go. Second and 11. Ball at the 34-yard line of the Buffaloes. 12 seconds to go in the half. Salmon drops back, throws out in the flat, complete to 43. McCoy, again, basically McCoy is going out as a wideout. He'll come across the line of scrimmage a couple of yards and stop on the play. Bring up third down and 1. 7 seconds to go in the half. Trips to the near side. Panthers basically way back off. Again, complete to McCoy on the outside. He's going to go out of bounds at the 47-yard line of the Panthers. 2 seconds to go in the ball game. That's a long 5 seconds. They need to have some success with their passing game against the Panthers, as has been most of the success that any of the teams they've played this year have had has been through the air. 2 seconds to go, time for one play. Trips to the near side. Pond's the lone setback. McCoy the quarterback, or Salmon the quarterback. He drops back, throws out in the flat to McCoy. Complete again, but the Panthers are giving him those short passes, and he'll be brought down at the 34, but the half ends, Panthers on top 38-14. Officially, we've got Tyson Malik with 160 yards rushing in the first half and 4 touchdowns, so a good first half for Tyson. Galbraith we've got with about 50 yards passing. Panthers not putting the ball in the air quite as much as they have in the past, but haven't had to at this point. Not ready to start the second half. Panthers on top 38-14. They've got a halftime score of interest to the Derby fans. Northwest Heights game at the half, it's tied 6-6, so that's a kind of a surprise at this point in time. But Northwest had a little trouble last weekend with East during the first half, all the way through the third quarter for that matter, and they finally got it on track. So what do you think, Frank?
It's a lot of interest right now, but by the time anybody watches this, it won't be, because everybody will know what happened.
That's true. Panthers will receive this second half. They won the toss the first half and deferred to the second half, elected to take the ball. They'll have the wind in their face. Kick is going to be fielded at the 15 by Tyson Malik. Brings it out across the 25, 30, 35, still on his feet across the 35-yard line, where the Panthers will put it in play right at the 36, 1st and 10. About a 21-yard return. Panthers number 11, Troy Glazer. So Panthers comfortable to set on a 24-point lead right now. Glazer hands off to Malik, hit right at the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, gets across the 40. Going to be brought down at about the 49-yard line, I believe, is where they'll spot it. Panthers with 2 wideouts. Glazer drops straight back, throws deep. It's a long pass. He's got a man downfield. It's going to be batted away at the last minute. Aaron Severin was downfield, but good coverage down there by number 33, David Ross. Bring up third down in a yard. Werman and Malik stay in the backfield. They go straight ahead to Malik. He breaks a tackle. He's across inside the 50, still on his feet to the 40. Drives down to close to the 35-yard line before he's finally brought down. So just some power running that time by the tailback Tyson Malik. First game that he played the season, he sat the first game out with an injury. Second game against Newton, he had 240 yards rushing, so had a good night out the first time. I formation for the Panthers. 2 wideouts, pitch back, handoff to Werman straight ahead. He's across the 30-yard line, down inside the 25 to about the 23. So trap play hadn't been working in the first half. Now opens up for about a 15-yard gain. Scrimmage too, Frank, is once you get a back through there, and he's got a lot of daylight to run. And that's kind of what's happening with the holes the Panthers are opening up. They've got 5 down linemen. Now they bring the linebackers up tight, and there's 8 people within a yard. Now they back a couple off. Glazer keeps it on the option, and he's got running room. He's going to score. Troy Glazer just kept it around the right side on the option play. Had a hole over there, kept it, cut to the outside, and went in untouched. So about a 21-yard
excellent block by the wideout on that side on the cornerback. I don't know who it was, but threw a great block.
Bad.
DeVore's kick is up, and it's good. So Chris is having a little trouble on the kickoffs, but he's taking one step and drilling all the extra points. Maybe that's what he ought to go back to on the kickoffs. We'll see Coach Young begin to substitute quite freely now, as he's done all throughout the year. And sometimes, especially last year and probably this year, a lot of the Derby fans feel that the second best team in the Ark Valley has been Derby's junior varsity team. Panthers set to kick off.
We hope.
DeVore gets a hold of that one. It's a high kick. Wynn's going to hold it up, fielded at the 15-yard line, brought right back up the middle, and it gets out to about the 25-yard line. Panthers keep their #1 defense in for this series of downs anyway. Buffaloes will put it to play on their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. They send trips to the near side. Pond stays in at the tailback, number 20. He's had a good first half. Now they split a receiver to the far side, so this is a new wrinkle for them. Handoff to Pond straight ahead. He's hitting the backfield, and he's going nowhere. He's going to be driven back, so they'll probably give him to the line of scrimmage. Might lose a half a yard on the carry. We'll call it 2nd and 10. Buffalo send 3 wide receivers to the near side. Again, Pond's a lone setback. Selman, the quarterback, fakes the handoff up the middle, throws over the middle, complete. '88. McPherson coming from the far side, just a little slant pattern. He hits him across the middle. Tyler Malik 21 and David Russell 45 on the stop, but not before he gets a first down. Defense. Trips to the near side for the Buffaloes. Selman drops back, looks downfield, looking right, throws over the middle, threw behind his receiver, McCoy. Buffalo send 3 wideouts to the near side. Selman drops back, little basketball pass right over the middle, intended for number 37, which we don't have a 37 on the Buffalo roster. Threw behind him, and it was incomplete. 3rd and 10 for the Buffaloes. Obvious passing situation, but they pitch back to Pons again. He's not going to go anywhere. He's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. Corey Gorley comes up to make the stop and bring up an obvious punting situation. Tyson Malik drops back deep to receive the punt. He'll stand inside his own 30. Mitch Gorley, gets off a spiral. It's going to be a short one. It's going to take a southeast bounce. Gonna roll dead right on the 30-yard line where it'll be blown dead, and the Panthers will put it in play at that point, 1st and 10.
45 and 34.
Panthers stay with their starting backfield with the exception of the quarterback. Glazier hands off to Werman, the fullback. It's across the 30, out close to the 35, mark it at the 34. Carry good enough for 4 yards. Bring up 2nd down, 6. Panthers with a slot to the near side of the field. Glazier handoff to Malik. Cuts back inside. Going to get about 8 on the carry. Be a 1st down for the Panthers. And 10 at that point. Tyler Malik in at a wide receiver, goes to the far side. Werman goes out at fullback now, and I believe Rob Younger's in. We'll catch that for you in a minute. 41, Scott Reed, the tailback, in now replacing Malik, the ball carrier, and he gets a big carry out across the 50 down close to about the 47-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 48, so 1st down Panthers to give him 10 yards on the carry. Unofficially on the night, I've got Tyson Malik at 192 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Panthers. Aaron Robbins in at fullback now, number 49 for the Panthers. Aaron, a 207-pound junior. Glazier hands off to Reed. He breaks 1 tackle. Gets inside the 45, down to about the 42-yard line. They're going to spot it just short of the 42. Glazier, Reed, and Robbins in the backfield for the Panthers. Handoff to Robbins, a fullback. He breaks a couple of tackles, gets a 1st down, gets down inside the 40-yard line, close to the 35 before he's brought down. So a nice bit of running by the fullback, Aaron Robbins. Play in the 3rd quarter, Panthers lead 45-14. Glazier keeps it, pitches on the option back to Reed. Going to be brought down from behind, but he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and probably gain 2 on the play before he's brought down. Tyler Malik comes in at a wide receiver, goes to the far side. Gurley comes to the near side. Panthers on the near hash mark. 2nd and 8. Handoff to Reed straight ahead. He's got running room. Drives down inside the 30 to about the 25, maybe 24-yard line before he's brought down. So good power surge ahead by that Derby line, and Aaron just tucked the ball away, put his head down, and picked up the 1st down. Nate Phillips goes to the far side as a wide receiver. Gurley comes to the near hash. Handoff to Robbins, the fullback, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage, so he's not going anywhere on that play. Glazier pitches back to Reed, the right side, tries to cut the corner. He's not going to get much before he's brought down. Give him maybe 2 on the carry. Bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 8 after that loss on the play to 4. Ball going to be setting on about the 23-yard line of the Buffaloes. Panthers will have it 3rd and 8. Worley comes to the near side. Phillips is in the slot. Handoff to Reed on the little counter play. He's got open field down inside the 10-yard line. Going to be brought down at about the 6, so good hold, good run by Aaron Reed. Or Scott Reed, I'm sorry, correction. Aaron played a few years ago. This second offensive unit looking pretty sharp tonight. I'm sure that Buffalo defense is a little tired right now, but
they just keep pounding the ball, Ron, inside on them. Nothing fancy.
pitch back to Reed, looking for the outside corner, now cuts back inside, gets inside the 5, down close to the goal line. Probably going to mark it at about the 1. Aaron tried to string it out, looking for a place to cut back, finally planted his feet and went straight ahead, got say about 5 yards down, ball just inside the 1 yard line. We'll call it about 2 lengths of the football, 2nd and goal at that point. Handoff to Reed straight ahead, he's in for the touchdown. Just power surge on the left side of that Panther line, and Aaron tucked the ball away, just followed his blockers and went in for 6. Glazier will spot it at the 10. DeVore's kick is up, and it's good. 54 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and Panthers move further out in front, 52-14. This is the most points any Panther team scored against Southeast in a good many years, Frank.
Great snaps to get rid of his holder.
Yeah. Oh, I turned on the play there, Frank. I see they're kicking off from the 50. It's been a good penalty.
He might be able to get it in the end zone on this one.
And he does boot it into the end zone. It's going to go back in, and of course the breeze is still blowing pretty stout out of the southeast. Are you catching? Trips to the far side for the Buffaloes. Pond's the lone setback. Pitches out to him. He's got some open field out there. Going to be brought down by a nice open field tackle by number 23, Rob Buss, who is a junior. The team defensive unit. We've got a lot of changes out there. We'll see if my spotter can pick them up for you as we go along. Trips to the far side. 2nd and 6. Fumble on the play. Salmon recovered the fumble, handed off to Pons, and I don't know whether he didn't know he was getting the ball or what. It looked like a clean handoff, but the ball just popped loose before he was hit and rolled back to Salmon. He recovered the fumble, but quarter, Panthers on top, 52-14. Tonight's game brought to you by Doc's Burgers in Derby. Make sure next week when the Panthers are at home that you line up for the good burgers, brats, and dogs from Doc's. Third and 11 for the Buffaloes. Again, what would appear to be an obvious passing situation, deep in their own territory. Ball at the 19-yard line of Southeast. Salmon drops back, looks downfield, got a man wide open. Again, hit him and he dropped it. And that's the first time we've seen McCoy drop the ball tonight.
56, he's not on.
They go in the ball game, deep in their own territory on the 19. Tyson Malik in to receive the punt. It's going to be a low end-over-end kick. Malik's going to let it roll. It'll roll out of it. Well, it's going to roll dead just inside the 35-yard line of Derby. So Panthers will put it in play at that point, 1st and 10. Correction, that was number 22, Jason Newhall, back to receive. So Jason's getting a chance to show his skills tonight. Unfortunately, the kick low, and he didn't have an opportunity to return it. But he did the right thing in letting it roll dead. Panthers have it 1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. 17 now, Kevin Goodwin in at quarterback, another junior. Holt in at fullback now, number 40.
46.
Handoff to 46, John Dillard at tailback. John's going to be brought down in the backfield. I think he said 19-6. 2nd and 11 for the Panthers. A little early motion on the Panther line. Just have a score update on the Northwest Heights game. It was tied 6-6 at half. The ball game now over, and Northwest prevailed, won the ball game 19-6. So it looks like Northwest, the Grizzlies will be coming down to Derby next weekend to meet the Panthers on their home field. That's a matchup that both Derby and Northwest fans have been looking forward to for certainly the last 5 years, when Northwest really started having some good, powerful teams, but never been able to get into the playoffs. Holt, the ball carrier, on a nice carry, gets about 5 yards on the carry before he's brought down. The depth to stay in the playoffs and win the City League title again this year. They've got an excellent quarterback in Strobel, who not only runs the ball well but throws well also. So the Panthers will have all they can handle next week at home against Northwest in the first round state playoffs. 46, John Dillard, again the ball carrier, and John looking for some running room, can't find any. Basically gets back to the line of scrimmage. We'll give him a little gain on the play, but not much. Going to bring up 4th down for the Panthers, and for the second time tonight, we'll see him kick it away. So should be able to get off a good kick here. Next week's game against Northwest in Derby should bring a sellout crowd, plus a lot of media attention to the Panthers. Werman gets off an excellent high spiral kick, gets it to turn over for him. Going to be fielded at the 29-yard line. Fair catch called for there by number 43, Lester McCoy. Turn. 5:01 to go in the ball game. Panthers lead at 52-14. Salmon throws out in the flat again, complete to 43. McCoy, again, they just leave that wide receiver out there, bring the slot man in to take the defender away and hit the wide receiver. But number 80, Josh Fickle, also on the stop. Call it 2nd down 4. Handoff to number 20, Hans. He gets close to the 1st down, but I don't believe he made it. Number 15, Jake Sobbing, in on the stop. Again, talking about the Northwest Derby matchup. Northwest has had a powerful football program the last 5 years. Don Davis, who is incidentally an ex-Derby resident, coaching at Northwest, and build a sound program up there, is going to bring his Grizzlies down to take on the number 1 ranked Panthers, and pass out in the flat that time intended for McCoy, again broken up by number 80, Josh Fickle, and able to handle the districts quite well last year. South or I'm sorry, West winning the City League or tying for the City League, and of course Derby winning the district and beating West in a very close game down in Derby last year. That Derby's felt that they have beat the City League best, and certainly going through the district this year and getting a chance to play Northwest, they'll find out for sure. Pitch out on the option to Pons. Picks up about 5 on the carry. Going to be brought down by number 23, Rob Buss. And Panther defensive units against basically the first offensive unit of the Buffaloes. And of course, the seniors are seeing a lot of playing time. This is going to be their last game. And Salmon drops straight back. He's got time. Looks downfield. Now throws across the middle. Had a man open, but threw way behind him. Intended for McCoy. Bring up 4th down, and we'll call it 5. Ball at the 44-yard line of the Buffaloes. They'll go for it. Trips to the near side. Salmon drops straight back. He looks. Still got time. Standing back. They got a man open. Hits McCoy across the middle. Breaks a couple of tackles. A couple of Panthers laying on the field. May have an injury. One Panther's down. We'll try to get the number for you. Rob Buss and a number 5 Art Ballou brings him down. Panther player number 84 shaken up on the play is J.R. Vig. He's upset to have to come out of the ball game because he wants to get the chance to get that playing time. Buffaloes will have it 1st and 10. Ball at the 37-yard line of the Panthers. Trips to the near side. Salmon drops straight back, looks downfield, got time, throws a timing pattern up. He's had 2 people down in the same area. Actually, one of them could have been open, I suppose. Had one. Second and 10. Salmon drops back straight again, throws over the middle, ball picked off. Number 30 picks it off. Jason Delby. And he's still on his feet, ties a tightrope, but going to go out of bounds. He was hit at the 30, maintained his balance, and goes out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. And picked that one off in full stride. And it was Katie bar the door, but for one Southeast defender that hit him at the 30, and finally went out of bounds inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line. So Panthers will take over again. 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the ball game. On top, 52-14. Goodwin, the quarterback. Dillard still at tailback. Bilby's now in at tailback for the Panthers, and Goodwin's going to keep it. He pitches to Dillard, and he's going to be strung out and thrown for about a 5-6 yard loss on that play, as he was hit by several of the Buffalo defenders. I think it's 2nd down 15 for the Panthers. Ball at the 32-yard line of Southeast. Hand off to Dillard straight ahead. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back. We'll call it 3rd and 15. A lot of the Panther fans have left the stadium tonight on their way home, pretty assured of a victory. Goodwin hands off straight ahead to the fullback. No, I guess he didn't get the handoff, and he's going to be driven way back, but there's going to be a flag on the play. Going to call procedure against the Panthers. I would assume the Buffaloes might decline. However, they're not. So it'll be 3rd down and about 20. Checks in for Derby. Comes to the near side of the field. Number 32 in for the Panthers. Now T.J. Smith goes to the far side. Goodwin keeps it on the option. fakes the pitch, flag down. Nice run by the quarterback, but I believe it's going to be called back. It's one of the bigger lines the Panthers have faced this year, with the likes of 280, 350 pounds, 260, 261 across the front line. Southeast traditionally has had big offensive and defensive lines, and Derby has not. Panthers come in averaging about 225 on their starting unit this year. Another penalty against the Panthers moves the ball back even further. We're going to call it third down, about 25 now. 2 wideouts for the Panthers. The quarterback, Goodwin, keeps on the option to the left, and he's brought down from behind for no gain. So it'll bring up 4th and 25. From the Buffalo 43-yard line. They give it to number 46, Dillard, on the tailback carry. Picks up about 12 yards on the carry. Well, give him 10 yards on the carry before he's brought down, but still well short of the first down marker. So the Buffaloes will take over with 4:16 to go in the ball game.
Have 12 players on the field.
The second and 1. Ball at the 44-yard line of Southeast. Make it the 47-yard line. 42-yard line. Salmon drops back, still got the ball. He throws deep. He's got a man wide open down the field in his hands, and he dropped it. Number 88, Phil McPhail, was wide open, was 5 yards behind the nearest Panther defender. Nice pass by Salmon, hit him right in the numbers and just went right through his hands. Nicely thrown ball by the quarterback, Salmon. However, incomplete. 3rd and 1. Full house backfield. Hand off to number 20. Pons again comes around the left side. Going to be ridden out of bounds. Not after he picks up about 15 yards on the carry and gets a... Full house backfield, 2 tight ends in. Hand off to Pons straight ahead. He picks up about 4 on the carry. Hand off to number 33. Comes around the outside, breaks a couple of tackles. Ross, the ball carrier, we haven't seen him much tonight. So he should be fresh, and he looked pretty fresh on that carry. Nobody's listening. 1st and 10, Buffaloes. Ball inside the 30-yard line of the Panthers. Salmon keeps the ball, drops back, being pressured, throws deep. Got a man open, intercepted by number 32, TJ Smith. In the end zone, TJ brings it out. And that's probably the smart thing to do for TJ. With 2 minutes to go in the ball game, he could have downed it or knocked it down. Wow, he gets out to about the 7 or 8 yard line. So Panthers will take over 1st and 10 there. 2:09 clock and running to go in the ball game. Will have it 1st and 10, ball at their own, we'll call it 9-yard line. 30-42. the ball carrier. Correction, number 42, Rob Younger, the ball carrier, and he's hit in the backfield about 3 yards deep and thrown for a loss. Clock running with 1:25 to play in the ball game. Younger line up in his end zone now. Now there's a penalty flag on the play, and we'll probably see somebody lining up in the neutral zone. And it's going to be against the Buffaloes. The Panthers split their receivers. Smith comes to the near side, stay in the I formation. Hand off to number 30. Jason Bealby again, he breaks out across the line of scrimmage, out across the 20 and picks up the first down. Jason doesn't see much playing time, but making the most of it while he's in there. Inside a minute to go. The timeout on the field, and I believe Southeast called it. Handoff straight ahead to Bealby again, still on his feet, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. I guess Jason's just not going to go down. Picks up 10, 12, 14 yards on the carry. Signal under 30 seconds to go. It should be the last play of the ball game for the Panthers. They'll go into the district as champions for the 5th year in a row, undefeated season, 9-0, and they'll be facing next week the powerful Northwest Grizzlies down in Derby for first-round state playoffs. And Northwest coming in with only one loss, and that being to Rockhurst out of Kansas City, and that's always a powerful team.
Fair scores, you'd figure. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, Coach, last game of the district playoffs, 52-14 over Southeast. Been a long time since the Derby team put that many points on the board against the Southeast team.
Right. We kind of we did a lot of good things tonight and played hard, and I'm real proud of what our team's accomplished so far.
Rushing game looked awful strong tonight. I think we unofficially had Tyson with almost 200 yards carrying, 195, something like that. Not quite as much passing tonight. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Well, they really had a tough time stopping, just a couple of our base plays, and we was picking up, 10, 12, 15 yards crack. So we're making that kind of yardage. We'll just be conservative and keep it on the ground.
I noticed their passing game tonight seemed to work probably the best offensive structure they had. Seemed like they were throwing out in the flat real short and then picking up the yardage after the reception.
Right. There for a while in the second quarter, we didn't defense their trips, their one back and 3 wide receiver set. So that concerns us. We'll look at it and see where we made our mistakes, and hopefully we'll get those corrected.
Big matchup next week. We understand Northwest won 19-6 against Height tonight, but it was tied 6-6 at half. What do you look for next week?
Well, we know that they've got a pretty big team. They've got a physical defense. That's their strong suit. Offensively, they will throw the ball some. I don't think they've ever thrown a lot of passes, but in past years I know that they have thrown some. So, but they're basically a running team, and they'll mix in some option. So, we're going to have to be ready for their defense more than anything.
I know early in the season with Crabtree at the running back, they were very strong, and with the loss of them, do you feel their running game's as strong as it has been?
Well, I know it's not as strong, without him, but I know they moved a wide receiver in last week, and I can't think of his name, but he had some big yards, and I've heard they're going to keep him in there, and then I've also heard that Crabtree's going to be healthy now, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm sure they'll have a pretty good back there.
Well, Coach, congratulations on another undefeated season, 9-0 for the Panthers, 5th year in a row into the district championship game, now going to the regional playoffs against Northwest, and I know that's a matchup that's kind of been talked about for several years. How do you feel about it?
Well, we get to play the city's best, and that's what we're looking forward to. I know our kids are really excited about that, and they're the City League champs, Northwest is, and of course we win, we get the mythical City League championship crown, and that's something that we've kind of shot for many years.
Well, I think last year with West either winning it or sharing it, I don't remember which, and we won it. So I guess we've held it for 1 year. Maybe it'll be 2 years in a row.
Right, I think West did win it last year.
Congratulations, Coach, on another undefeated season.
Thank you.